Welcome to Clash of Health. Thanks for being here today. I'm not going to do a ton of reading on 2023 today, but I'm going to just read a couple of pages of things that came through. And then I want to flash forward to today's message because I was in the Akashic Records this morning, and the message was really beautiful. And it seems definitely noteworthy and something that I would like to share. But I will start with the second, or actually, I'm up to the third book of the past when I went in back in 22 and 23, 2022 and 23. And this is towards the end of May 23. And they basically said that there was precipitous changes on the horizon. And I asked, was it personal or was it collective? And Jesus said both. And not to worry though, because it only exists in your mind, which is so hard to conceptualize. Like, how does this just exist in my mind when it literally is happening out in the news and in the world? But I think we're caught in this quantum entanglement of a projected reality, maybe. And when we're in each now moment, the reality is just perfection, basically. And I felt an amazing blessing that I received and really told that meditation was something that I needed to continually go back to stay in present time and present moment. And that this is where inner peace and joy could be found. And I asked about bees and a greenhouse. So this was when I was really developing my property here in Asheville. And I love the answer to bees because I have gone back and forth, about beekeeping. And I don't know that it's totally practical here in Asheville because we have a ton of bears, although there are definitely beekeepers here. And they said, allow the bees to come to you of their own volition, which I loved. And sure enough, the bees, they do come to my land quite prolifically. And they said, shut the door on fear and sorrow. This is a choice. Everything is a choice. What do you want to experience? And then I stepped into this crystal chamber with light workers, and it was like aligning with this pillar of light. And they said, allow in the light. So I'm just going to start with that message before I go forward 2 years, almost exactly 2 years to today, to the now, which is May 30th, 2025. And they just started to kind of tell me the song, "Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, how I'd love to be in that number when the saints go marching in." And I felt that this song really was a kind of a proclamation of the start of the golden age. And, I guess it's called the golden age in, Hindu tradition. When you look at the Kalis or the Yugas, and we're in Kali Yuga, the Dark Ages, and we're supposed to be going into or have already entered the golden age. But then from the Christian point of view, it would be like the book of Revelations at the end when like everybody apparently is going to come out and everybody is saved, so to speak. So I think of this song as that proclamation of that time period. And I saw a gold bowl, like a cauldron of joy. Don't you love that? A cauldron of joy. And my new mantra is, I belong here. And I love that mantra that was given to me today, that this is not a scary place. Like, this is a place of perfection on earth, not heaven being perfection, but earth being perfection. And it's just got to be uncovered for the perfection that it is. And the more light workers step into I belong here, the more we can make it so in terms of light. And then I saw like evil skeletons, and I just got a sense like we were all going to unearth the skeletons in our ancestry. And I think to yesterday's video or reading, where I was kind of coming to recognition with all facets of myself, some of which are not, perfect and, negative, and past lives that were probably, less than stellar. So I think not only from a collective perspective, we're unearthing skeletons, but we have to look into our own skeletons in our closet and in our ancestry. And they said, unleash them now for all to see. And I said, what do you want me to know, God? Now I love this answer he gives me. You are safe, eternally so. And he said that, where is it? There are known paths and unknown paths, and you can step into the unknown path. In other words, the known path is that samskaric pattern where you can expect, limitations. And the unknown path is this path of, basically living in the now and the perfection of that. And he said that Jesus is the face of me in human form. Oh, isn't that beautiful? That Jesus is God as a human, like in the face of human form. So he is the manifestation of the perfection of God as a human. And he said there are ways to find the truth that you haven't uncovered yet. And then I saw the Rock of Gibraltar. And I was like, what is it about the Rock of Gibraltar? It's come up a few times. And it apparently the Rock of Gibraltar is kind of likened to the rock in the Bible of God being a rock, something sturdy, something we can always rely on. And then the mantra, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om. And then I felt like Andromeda, or a spaceship was hurling towards my third eye. So I was coming to collision at my third eye with a spaceship. Explore your desires. All can be found in the alchemy of the one. Find peace in your heart. Do not harbor resentments. It holds you back from your truth. And then scary times came through. Do not forsake that which you know. And then prior to that, like with the scary times, I felt like I was on Andromeda, and there's different stratospheres of Andromeda. There's like the galaxy, and then there's different constellation and galaxy, I think. And one is multi-diverse in terms of the players on it, and the other is the higher vibration of the first one. And I saw these crystals, but then I saw these negative ETs. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. Is this Earth? Is this like the crystals and the gems on Earth? And, how negative beings want to mine the Earth for their own greed. So I think that was like scary times. And then they told me that there are ways of discovering truths, and then filament paper lodged in the center of the earth. And I go to the Inner Earth Council, and it feels really good. There's a candlelight vigil in this Inner Earth Council. See this paper, and then whales and dolphins come up, and I see that the dolphins hold these truths, and I looked up the Filament Bible, and it was kind of like an expanded version of the Bible, so you could really read the words. And it was like the dolphins were holding the truths, of the world, these sea creatures. And I said, is it okay to share? And they said, those who know will understand, and those who don't know won't see. So it matters not if you share. The secrets are vastly protected here. So I love that. I'm going to end here. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.